Welcome to another discovery. There's been a new Danish Viking invasion of Ireland, and you can see the Viking encampments spread out down there on a Kerry Bay below me. But this time there are no dragon ships, there are no bloodthirsty pirates. This is a very sober, businesslike invasion of trout farmers, of all things, trout farmers and mink farmers. And I'm going down the hill now to talk to the Danish managing director of Rainbow Limited, this trout farm, Mr. Hans Schmidt, to ask him why they've come here and what exactly they're doing. How long have you been here in Kerry, Mr. Schmidt?
I've been in Ireland 4 years by now.
How much of this time did it take you to get into production?
Oh, we did a 1 year planning and 1 year talking and 2 years working.
Oh, that's a fair average. Now that you have started down here, how many men have you got employed?
Oh, we are around 50 by now.
And of these, how many are Danes?
4.
Plus yourself?
Yes, plus myself.
So the other 45, they're all Irish?
Yeah, they are all trainees.
Well, naturally, I suppose they have to be trainees. At first, this is strange work for them. How are they taking to it?
Oh, some of them very well, and some of them just have to be changed until we find people suitable for the kind of work we're doing.
Well, what sort of men do you need? Is it fishermen or...?
No, in our experience, the younger the better. They are more used to regular work, you know, coming in time in the morning and taking an interest in it.
Well, the older men, do they not take so kindly to this kind of work?
It's our experience that the younger the better.
How do the Danes and the Irish manage to make each other understand themselves?
Oh, that's very simple. Normally, the Danes, when they come over here, have very little English, and it seems to mean nothing.
But your own English is pretty good. Did you learn it here, or did you speak English before you came?
I did. I spoke English before I came.
Where did you learn it?
In India, as a matter of fact.
What are you doing out there? The same kind of work?
Yes, I built a coal stores over there.
Well, now that you are in production, I've got a pretty fair idea generally of what you're doing, but I'd like to know more details about it. Can you tell me from the very beginning how you raise trout?
Oh, yeah. It's, of course, a long procedure. You start really with the eggs and rear them up to the various stages.
The eggs come from Denmark by air, packed in shallow boxes with ice to keep them damp and prevent them from hatching too soon. When they arrive, they're washed in a mild solution of acid to make sure they don't bring disease into the farm, and then they're laid in long, shallow troughs. The water comes to them through pipes from the stream outside at natural temperatures, and in 3 to 4 weeks they're hatched. For the next few days, they feed themselves from the egg sac, which stays attached to them, but once that disappears, they're permanently hungry, and there are 6 million of them. As they grow bigger, they're moved from one tray to another. At the ends of the trays, there are fine meshed screens to prevent the fry from escaping through the outlet pipe. Although the water is at river temperature, the fry are protected to a certain extent by starting life in enclosed sheds. After a few weeks, they're transferred to less protected ponds outside, under a roof but without walls, and now they need constant feeding from sunup to sundown. In these circular ponds, they grow to fingerling size during about 3 months. In the rivers, about 1 fry in 100 survives. The rest are eaten by bigger fish or die of starvation. Here, protected from enemies and disease, at least 1 in 3 survives. From 6 million eggs, the farm will produce 2 million mature fish. These fingerlings are still a long way from mature, of course, but they're ready for transfer by tanker lorry to the main farm 5 miles away. The 2 farms draw their water supplies from different rivers, so that there's no possibility of any disease in the hatchery reaching the main farm. If it did, it could mean disaster. The 2 million fish here are worth perhaps £165,000 wholesale. The water for these ponds all comes from the one stream, flowing through sluice gates from one pond to another, and one terrace to another, so that one diseased fish in an upper pond could infect every fish on the farm. Therefore, it's not just a matter of letting the fish loose and watching them grow. They need constant attention. And the man who sees they get it is Mr. Hansen, the farm supervisor. One of his minor but constant worries is seagulls poaching his fish. Do you have a lot of trouble with seagulls and seabirds here after the trout?
We had before we get up the way but there's no trouble now.
You've got these overhead threads to keep them away.
Yeah,
And you have to shoot them ever.
yeah. We shoot them when some of them try to go under the wire, and we have to shoot them.
I was looking at your house just now, and you've got a searchlight on the roof. Is that to look out for gulls and things here?
That's so I can see if the water is high or low in the ponds and the channels.
During the night?
Yeah.
Well, what would make the water particularly low then?
If the screens get blocked, leaf or grass or any dirt comes in and...
Oh, this is the screens up at the top of the river there. This would be in autumn or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to go out and clear them.
Yeah.
Does all the water from these ponds come from that one river?
It does, yeah.
And how does it get fed down? In a sequence of through the screens into one pond and then into another?
Yes.
If these fish were let grow as big as they wanted to grow and you didn't take them out for sale, how big would a trout grow?
Some of them can go up to 8, 9, maybe 10 pounds.
This is pretty well the same size as a fair salmon.
It is, yeah.
And would these be the mother fish?
They will be the mother fish, yeah.
Have you got any mother fish here that you take eggs from?
We have a few only. We have about 200.
And have you started taking eggs from them yet for this hatchery?
We took a few eggs this spring.